Hey guys, Dr. Brown here, and tonight we have a video dedicated to Miss Christie's math class where they are studying dividing fractions. Whoa, so let's get after it. Okay, before we dive in, there's a few things we need to understand. One of them would be multiplying fractions. If I have A over B, and I'm going to use a dot for multiplication, okay? A over B times C over D. We multiply the numerator, the thing in the top, which would be A times C, so AC, B times D, BD. That's the way you multiply a fraction. Now, having said that, what if my fractions were 3 over 4 times 1 over 2? 3/4 times 1/2. 3 times 1 is 3. 4 times 2 is 8. Okay? All right, so 3 over 8. No problem, right? Okay, so when Miss Christie said, hey, we're going to start dividing fractions, what happened? I bet some of you, your hair caught on fire. Wow, we're going to divide fractions? Okay, I'm going to show you a little something and a little trick to this. All right, what is 10 divided by 2? And you'd go, wow, that's easy. That's 5. Because this number times that number should give me this one, right? 10 divided by 2 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. But if you can do that, you've just divided a compound fraction. And you're probably thinking, no. Okay? To expand on that, let's think about what is 1 times 3. 1 times 3 is what? It's 3. What is 1 times 4? 1 times 4 is 4. What is 1 times car? Oh, the identity property says 1 times anything is equal to anything. 1 times car equals car. 1 times Miss Christie equals Miss Christie. Okay, now having said that, let's think about this. What is 3 divided by 1? Well, whatever goes in the box has to multiply times 1 to give me 3. 3 times 1 is 3. What's 10 divided by 1? Well, it's 10. 10 times 1 is 10. What is 2 divided by 1? It's 2. 2 times 1 is 2. Well, if 10 divided by 1 equals 10, I can replace 10 divided by 1, or replace the 10 by 10 divided by 1. We said 2 divided by 1 was equal to 2, so this 2 is the same as 2 divided by 1. Now, you've already solved this where you said 10 over 1 divided by 2 over 1 was 5. All right, let's everybody slap yourself in the forehead. You've just solved a compound fraction already and you didn't realize it. Now, how is it that this works out that way? I don't know if the Babylonians came up with this, but Miss Christie has been teaching you to take this fraction, flip it upside down, and multiply. You're inverting that number. But back when they first invented this, they said, the fraction is too complicated. Let's reduce the fraction by multiplying it by 1. Remember, 1 times 3 was 3. The identity property says 1 times anything is that same anything. So if I multiply all of that times 1, maybe it changes its form, but it's still equal to anything I started with, right? Okay, but I'm going to strategically think about what my 1 would be. But before I say it, what is A divided by A? 1. What is Miss Christie divided by Miss Christie? 1. 1 times Miss Christie equals Miss Christie. 1 times A equals A. Okay, so I'm going to multiply all of this times 1. But I'm letting my 1 be the inverted number right here. Instead of 2 over 1, I'm going to let it be 1 over 2. 1 over 2. So 1 over 2 divided by 1 over 2, 1/2 divided by 1/2. Something divided by itself is 1. So I'm multiplying, I'll use a dot for multiplication, 10 over 1 divided by 2 over 1. I'm multiplying all of that times 1. So it's still the same, but it's going to look a little different. Okay, 10 times 1 is 10. 1 times 2 is 2. All that's divided by 2 times 1 is 2. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 divided by 2 is what? 1. So this denominator becomes 1. 10 divided by 2 is 5 over 1. And we just don't write the 1 down. Now, if you invert and multiply by 1, which in this case was 1/2 over 1/2, the denominator cancels out and just becomes 1. So the trick to do this faster is just skip that step, just invert and multiply. Let's try a few here. If I have 3 over, let's erase. If I have 3 over 4, 3/4 divided by 3/8. Okay, now we just said I can invert that number. It's 8 over 3 divided by 8 over 3. 3 over 3 is 1, 8 over 8 is 1. All of this becomes 1. Okay, 3 times 8 is what? It's 24. 4 times 3 is 12. And that equals 12 times 2 divided by 12 times 1. 12 over 12 cancel, and it becomes 2 over 1, or just 2. Okay. What about, well, and if we did this with the invert and multiply method, we have the 3 over 4 divided by 3 over 8. We just invert and say, well, that's 8 over 3. Cancel that. That's 24 over 12. 3 times 8 is 24. 4 times 3. Now you could, this equals 2. You could say, well, 3 over 3 is 1. 8 divided by 4 is 2. So you could reduce as you multiply. Let's try another one here. What about 1/2 divided by 1 over 16? Now to use the old Babylonian method, we invert that. 16 over 1 divided by 16 over 1. 1 over 1. 1 divided by 1 is 1. 16 divided by 16 is 1. So all of this cancels. So if we just skip that and go on to inverting and multiplying, 16 times 1 is 16. 2 times 1 is 2. So 16 is 8 times 2 divided by 1 times 2. 2 over 2 cancels, so 16 over 2 becomes 8 over 1, or just 8. So let's see, 5/16 divided by 1/2. We invert and multiply. 2 over 1. Remember, this is going to, I multiply this by 2 over 1. It just cancels. This is what the KFC method, I think Miss Christie called it. 5 times 2 is 10. 16 times 1 is 16. Let's see. So that's 5 times 2 over 8 times 2. That's 5 over 8. Invert and multiply. Okay. I never knew, just to be honest here, I never knew where the invert and multiply came from till just recently. If I learned it early on, I've forgotten it for sure. Okay. Keep studying. Give Miss Christie a big hug for me. And you guys be good in her classroom and learn, learn, learn. Why are we doing this? Hey, together we're trying to build a better tomorrow, and do that how? Do that through math. Keep studying, and we'll talk to you next time. Thanks.